What up, y'all? It's KP, the sports chick. I miss you guys. I've been working really hard to kind of just do some new stuff this year as far as how I present to you guys. And so, I've been working really hard on that. Also, the Super Bowl is here in Houston this week, and so I'm doing a lot of stuff in regards to that and trying to get some stuff ready for you guys. So I'm going to have a lot of new stuff for you guys like pretty soon here around the corner. But I had to stop what I was doing to talk about what's behind me. Before we even get started, I just want to say right now that anybody who has not seen any of my posts, this is your first time seeing this post, okay, please know that I keeps it all the way real. Okay, so sometimes I may say things about LeBron James that you may not like. Okay, it's gonna happen. Sometimes I do say things that you may like about LeBron James. That also does happen. You know why though? Because I respect him as a player. So if there are things that he does as a player that I feel like, or as a person that I feel like deserves some shine here on this channel here, in my opinion, then I'll definitely do it. I have done it. We'll continue to do so. This won't be one of those posts. Like I said behind me, Charles Barkley and LeBron James are beefing. If you've been hiding under a rock for the past week and a half or so, it all started like this. Late last week, so end of January, early February, LeBron James and the Cavs lost to an Anthony Davis-less Pelicans team. And, it's not embarrassing. It's just kind of like they just either didn't want to play or just you lost to a horrible team. Either way, you lost. So it's kind of newsworthy just because the Cleveland's are the world champs, and you lost to a lower than average team. So anyway, LeBron goes on to talk about how basically the rookies and new D-League guy that came up is hindering them, and they can't, with those guys, they can't win playoff games, and they're top heavy because they got Kyrie and Caleb and himself, and it's just top heavy. And he's demanding that the GM bring in some more talent, and so Charles Barkley hears this and says on Inside the NBA, on TNT, that, LeBron is crying again and whining about how he needs more help. But, according to Charles Barkley, he's the best player in the world. He already has, again, Kyrie. He had Kevin Love. He asked for J.R. Smith. He got him. He asked for Kyle Korver. He got him. He asked for Tristan Thompson and Imani Schuper. Got those guys. So he's getting what he wants. And then Charles Barkley was saying, what do you want? Do you want to be the favorite all the time? Now that part, who doesn't want to be the favorite all the time? But, he's saying, you are the best player in the world. Why can't you do your part? And why do you have to feel like you have to rely on these other guys for you to be great? You're already great. You didn't hear Michael Jordan saying any of that stuff. That's what Charles Barkley was saying. So anyway, LeBron didn't like that. He rebutted and said, I'm tired of these people, Charles talking about me like that. You are not going to mess up my legacy talking about that. And, to be completely specific, LeBron said, just there's a new sheriff in town. I'm not going to bite my tongue anymore. Screw Charles Barkley. He's talking about. So then Charles Barkley responded and said, I don't feel bad about it. It's not, I'm just being honest, And then LeBron James clapped back and said, I'm not the person who said I'm not a role model. I'm not the person who spit on a fan. I'm not the person who pushed somebody out a window. I'm not the person who had gambling debt. I'm not the person who showed up on Sunday to the All-Star game because I was drunk. Those are all low blows. I mean, Charles Barkley wasn't even talking about him personally. He was talking about that's Charles Barkley's job is to that's why he gets paid the big bucks, because people don't like his opinion a lot of the time, but it's honest, and he's not going to sugarcoat or brown nose somebody because he's intimidated by him or wants to maintain some type of not type of burn a bridge or anything like that. He doesn't care. He doesn't care. He's doing his job, and anybody in that world should realize that he's just doing his job. I mean, he's just doing his job. But anyway, Charles Barkley says I stick by what I said. My feelings aren't hurt. I'm a tough guy, and he went below the belt, but I didn't. LeBron has always been cool with me. We know each other casually. I like to think I've been good to him. But I never say anything personal about him. But it's okay. I'm a grown up. It's okay. So, and the only and you know what, the real hero, the real MVP, okay, if you will, in this case is Tristan Thompson, because out of everybody on that team, he was the only one to speak out publicly about what he disagreed with about the situation. Apparently, people are saying that he's not earning his check because LeBron vouched for him, and that's how he got his contract. But that's neither here nor there. The problem is that there's a problem in Cleveland. And for several reasons. I did a video several months ago about 2 months ago, about how he sat out 11 games into the season, and everybody just went crazy because, they're like, he can sit out if he wants to. But one of my biggest arguments was it's got to be offensive to the other players on the team who also get tired and weak and have legs that are tired and want to sit out. And if that were the case, people would be sitting out the games all the time. And so now I think it's just starting to come to a head, because not only does LeBron already get special treatment, he gets a say in picks and trades and things like that, but now he's starting to call people out publicly. And you don't do that. Like, I'm not a dude, okay, but I know about bro code, and I know about sports code, and I know that what stays in the locker room, what happens in the locker room stays in the locker room, and what happens, on the court, that stays between you guys. Like, why are you telling us about it? Now, if you want to talk to your homeboy about it while you guys are like playing Call of Duty, then that's great, but don't do it, to us. Don't tell us. I mean, we're going to take and roll with it. So anyway, who is wrong here? Is it LeBron or is it Charles Barkley? Leave me your comments below. For the record, I agree with Charles Barkley. I think that his points were correct. I would think that LeBron would have some good points, but the fact that he lowballed Charles Barkley overshadowed all of that. So to me, his opinion was negated, and even if he did have one, it would be overshadowed by the immaturity of his response. So, I'm ready for all the hating to come. Leave your comments in YouTube below. And then you can always find me at kpsportschick.com, where all my social media links are. And actually, all my social media links are here on YouTube as well. So check me out.